Okay, so hi there, my name is Jamie the Grey, and I will tell you the story of the Tale of 7 Dragons. Let's go. Okay, so on Planet X, there were 17 pre-breed dragons. With the help of humans, these days, dragons were able to mate with different breeds much more easily. So this is a CHICHARITO dragon, which is over here. Is the F3 dragon, born as a crossbred dragon created by humans in Planet X. He is a hybrid dragon, but his pedigree shows that he has some traits from his parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents. Two phenotypic traits are very significant: the large horn and the lack of spines. Horn is a trait that is incomplete dominant. This means that to have a large horn, he must have a homozygous dominant genotype. Because having a trait like spines is a medallion trait, so he should have homozygous recessive genotype. Right. So this is SIMBA. She was the F2 dragon. She was red with wings, but she only had medium-length horn. Having horn means that it is an incomplete dominant trait. So to have a medium-length horn, she must have a heterozygous genotype. And she was a heterozygous, so she could only donate a dominant allele or a recessive one. And my CHICHARITO dragon got a dominant one. Yeah. Moving on. This is the DRAKONG dragon. DRAKONG dragon was the first generation that was crossbred by Macomb dragon and the Desert dragon. So these two are P generation, which is pre-breed, and with a large horn. For instance, that gene from the pedigree shows that how great it was to have large horn to impress girls. I know, right? Many people do that, so why not? So he must have homozygous dominant genotype to have that wonderful large horn there. Look at that. And he was a homozygous dominant, so he could donate a dominant allele only. Alright, moving on to the pure generation. So this is the Macomb dragon. The Macomb dragon was one of the original pre-breed dragons in the P generations. He was the great-grandfather of my F3 dragon. Macomb has homozygous dominant trait for his horn, which is right there. Look at that, glorious horn. So this means that he could keep an allele that's dominant for the first generation or F1 dragon, as you should say. Moving on to the rest of 3 dragons. Let's start with this F2 dragon. So this is created by Dave, my mate, one of my mates. So SAKAZU Worm dragon was the F2 dragon. He was the parent of my F3 dragon, was my SIMBA dragon, which is to say. And SAKAZU Worm could breathe fire, a medium-sized horn, and to have a good trait like fire breathing, she should be having a homologous dominant chromosomes or heterozygous chromosomes. And turned out he was a heterozygous, so he could donate one of 2 alleles, the dominant or the recessive one. Next is from KELLA and the COCO dragon. So COCO dragon was a F1 dragon. COCO was the father of my DRAKONG dragon to breed SIMBA. He was the hybrid with no wings. Sorry for this, not real one. But he could breathe fire, which is cool. And to breathe fire, she must have a homozygous dominant and heterozygous genotype. Because he was a homozygous dominant, he could only give his offspring the dominant allele. Yeah. This is the P generation of Wilson. I'm moving him for the F1 dragon, which is the DRAKONG dragon. So Desert Drake was one of the breed dragon in Planet X. She was the wife of my Macomb dragon. Her large horn showed her power, how strong she was with fire-breathing trait. And because fire-breathing is a medallion trait, so to have this trait, she must have heterozygous or homozygous dominant genotype. Due to her genotype, she was a heterozygous, which means that she could donate a dominant allele or a recessive one. Okay, let's move on to this question, the true eyes. So, true eyes is a sex-linked trait. And I will answer the second part of it, so my part of it in here. And read the question. If none of your 7 dragons have true eyes, or an allele for true eyes, so the so the one that did for Dave, which is the F3 dragon, we have and he's he want a allele for true eye with recessive one. So and the Dave dragon is SAKAZU worm, is the carrier. And let me show you the Punished square. So this is my phenotype. Sorry about it. Genotype, and this is the SIMBA dragon, and this is the SAKAZU worm. So what I have here is so there are 50% chance that I will have a normal dragon, and whilst that there are 15% of it, the rest of it has true eyes, because true eyes has usually to have true eyes you have to be homozygous recessive, or just recessive for the male dragons. So mine was female, but turn out I got 50% chance to be a carrier. Okay, and how did the recessive allele avoid entering your genome? Because Dave dragons, which is one, was carry a allele for true eyes, and there were 3 mating flies. And how did I avoid these alleles? Basically, I think that because the luck, or based on the how good your dragon is, because so if you choose a partner and they don't have true eyes, which is great, you can get a chance not having the baby. You got no true eyes, which is good. And if you have the baby was the carrier, you got 50% chance. And if you got let me get straight, so you get 2 carrier dragons, which is they might get 25% chance of 25% chance to be true eyes. And if you do homozygous dominant, so you're not gonna be. Yeah, that's it. And that's the end of this tale of the 7 dragons. The end.